How did it go?
Great.
Awesome. What did you learn?
That we're similar, same people.
To be patient.
Actually, human beings?
What I learned is sometimes just another person can help that person. Just have somebody just to listen to it. Because a lot of times all people need for you just to get out what they're feeling.
Everybody hear this? This is beautiful, right?
Beautiful.
Wise guy. You'd be surprised what people can learn by just talking and being listened to, right? And you will have a better life instead of going around and bossing everybody around and saying, this is how you should do it. This is how you should do it. We're going to go deeper. You ready?
Yes.
And you don't have to change your chairs. This is the end, and I'd like you to give it all you got. What you get is what you give, so give it all you got.
Okay.
And it's going to go something like this.
Perfect boy.
That's what you guys like.
Deep talk
So it's going to go like this. The person is going to say, what is your heart's desire? And I'm going to answer. The person's going to say, what is your heart's desire? And I'm going to answer. I thought you should see this other woman. Don't be afraid to talk. Okay, anyway. Unbelievable. All right. He's going to keep asking. We're not going to do this for very long, but I'd really like you to use this opportunity. Do you know that there are brain cells in our heart and in our belly? When you feel that thing in your body, it's a reason, right? So it's going to go like this. Everybody hear me?
Yes.
Start. That I can forgive my uncle who died in New Year's Eve.
Oh.
No, just what is your heart's desire? Everybody loves tell me more. Right? Tell me more. So I'm being very honest, right? I have nothing to hide.
Yes.
No, you're quiet. So all you say is, what is your heart's desire? So I didn't have a chance to unpack it. That I can learn to be more at peace with my own God. That I can have a good workshop. This is how it's going to go. See, now I started to sidestep my feelings, didn't I? Right? Yeah. So keep looking and you just say, what is your heart's desire? What is your heart's desire? What is your heart's desire? You clear on that? Okay, this is it. We're going to give up the ghost. So, the person whose name is closest to the beginning of the alphabet will go first. You all know each other's names, right? First name. First name. Okay, all right. All right. Everybody, just the person who's asking is going to say, what is your heart's desire? Listen, what is your heart's desire?
Over and over again.
Over and over. They don't have anything to say, just read. Then what is your heart's
And start
desire?
making some
Yes.
I made that mistake when I was doing first. I was just afraid I didn't have that much
Still fantastic. All right. The person who asked what is your heart's desire is now going to answer to the person who's answering and say, what is your heart's desire? You ready? Yeah. Okay. Yes.
You treat me like a sergeant or what? Okay, what is that?
What kind of meeting
All right, everybody. Let's all come together in a circle. How much do you all want to get?
Now!
Now.
No offense, no offense. I appreciate it, too.
I just wanted, here's another very important tip that I was being asked by somebody. Everybody sit down. Yeah. Everybody listen, eyes on me. And that is, when somebody's talking to you and you really want to get them, start mimicking their body language. So if they cross their leg, cross your leg. They won't notice, I swear to God. If they itch their cheek, itch your cheek. It gets them more simpatico, so that's a good tip. I would like to hear, I'm going to first bring Michelle Williamson. Come here. So, Michelle, I knew her when she was single. So I had the honor of having Michelle in a workshop years ago, many of us, and talked about it.
So, one of the most influential speakers I remember is Ms. Knobsack, and it's because
I'm getting my love now, Jason.
it's because she really stuck in my mind to say what I mean when I say but believe it as well. And that's helped me in my career as an actress and also working with children, because if you're not even believing what you're saying, then the person you're talking to is going to sense that. So it's just the effectiveness of that and what comes with it. And it may seem like something small, but it's actually really big, especially when you have someone who stresses out severe and you try to make a point. Sometimes you can make a bigger point than you realize just by using the voice. So,
Love it. Thank you very much. I just would like to hear from a couple of you about what your take productive stuff. And what's your takeaway? Thank you so much. What's your takeaway?
So my takeaway from today, I really learned that
Louder.
I really learned that you can listen to somebody that gives them kind of like the open doors to kind of like express themselves. So silence is very powerful.
Yes. Yes. Who else will share what? Yes.
I would say listening is a skill. You have to learn how to listen to what people are saying.
So true. And you got to learn how to get you.
To learn, you also can learn to listen, you know, and that's very insightful. It's like a reflection. People sometimes just need some quiet, just need someone just to listen.
Yeah, we're not taught how to listen. Who else? Who wants to give me some takeaways? Desmond, come on. All you had to do was to hang out with me. Takeaway. Louder.
I feel like the listening aspect that we also like, we got into the fact that we're saying the omitted favorite activity, right? So I believe that doing that, like it's more like something they open the form when
It really works.
it's like you're hearing, so when you see them,
Yeah.
and when they look at you, and you're listening more than they are, that feels like they're really there.
Yeah, and they're not going to notice. I was like, wasn't this person noticing? Scratching, I'm scratching from it, right? They won't notice, but it starts to really attune yourself to that person. Who else? Yes. Loud.
It made me realize that I am more comfortable now talking about my story. Before I used to just brush up like say the nice things and stuff, but like I'm comfortable going deep into my challenges and stuff. And when I finished, I was very pleased with my heart. I was going to look like, okay, I'm going to see this today because I'm going to join the relationship with that. So it made me feel good.
Wow.
So that is my story was.
You recruited someone.
Yeah.
Yay. Yeah. But I also think it's so important for us to understand that we're all connected. We're all human beings. We get hurt, we get angry, we love, you know. And so that when you're with people who don't look like you, think like you, or talk like you, that you have a skill set to listen. Even if you disagree, just to listen. So I think you all really rock. And all of you have been here since 9 a.m. Good God. Thank you.
Thank you. Like GPA.
So I get the last word every day. That's my job. I get taken money for that. One of the things that I say about having Dorothy come back each and every year is that what I knew early on is that if you're going to put students in a room and try to make them leaders, and don't put somebody in the room with them who's going to question or force them to question themselves, that you're failing at your job. You are not putting a person into a leadership position by just like saying, "Oh, you're great, you're wonderful, you're a great leader." We've had a lot of that in our world, where people just get hyped up. You're beautiful, you're talented, you've got A's in all your classes, you're a leader. And when I got here back in 2007, there were 24 students who were called the ambassadors. There was no leadership academy up there. There were just 24 students called the ambassadors. I met with every single one of them. They had no idea what they were. They had no idea what they were supposed to be. What they were 3.5, 3.7 GPA students who were selected because they, had some initiative. They wanted to get involved a little bit. But, when it went from the spectrum, it was, I want T-shirts, to, oh, I want to change the world kind of thing. But how do you want to change the world? What is it that you really want to do? And in my little office, which now has pictures of all of the millions of people who passed, about 900 who have passed through the doors, it was empty. It was brick walls. It looked like a jail cell. It was terrible. So we had those conversations, and that seeded everything that we do now. So one of the things that I knew and why Dorothy was so charming when she came in and forced, herself to be a part of our
Go in
program.
right away when you want something.
Is that I knew that from the start she was going to challenge me. Now, some people you may have had a reaction, other people may have had a reaction to Dorothy that's different than Arel. Arel is going to come in and he's going to give you love and prosperity and joy, and you can find the envelope within inside of you that has a secret key that's going to open up a secret door that's going to lead to a million other things. It's just a matter of perspective. But as leaders, and Sally can attest to this, and Michelle, if she's still here, can attest to this, and others can attest to this, you're going to face challenges. You're going to get asked a tough question. And if you believe that by getting asked a tough question, that by giving a simple answer, you're going to get out of it, well, bottom line is, you're not going to make much of a leader. You're going to be much of a sitting on the sideline person. You got to answer those tough questions. You got to face those difficult moments. And as Dorothy pointed out in the workshop, you have to be able to listen. You have to be able to observe. You have to be able to understand what's going on in terms of the intermediary part of the conversation. What's in the middle of it. That's what I try to do. I spend a lot of time listening and trying to understand what's really being said. Because a lot of people come to my office and they're like, yo, this professor, he sucks. And he's treating me bad, he failed me in every test I ever took. You gotta dig deeper, you gotta try to find out what's really going on. Because there's more to it. And as leaders, and you're all gonna be leaders, you have to know that the surface level stuff is great. And it will make for day one, right? Sally?
Yes.
Sally was working on a political campaign. So on day one, the person whose campaign she was working on surface level, sharp dresser, school talker, reps well, has people around him who are very supportive. But as he went through the campaign, you have to understand, a lot of questions are going to be thrown at you. A lot of challenges are going to be thrown at you. You got to stand up underneath that pressure. And even if you do that, and even if you're good at it, even if you're a talented individual like he is, you may not win the day. But the way that you maintain yourself as a leader is that you've heard this from some other people that here again over the rest of the week, is that you got to stand back up. Because on day one, you're not a leader. You can polish up, fancy up, wear your fancy suit, your snazzy shoes, all that good stuff, but that doesn't make you a leader. It's about going out in every single day and revising yourself and meeting the challenges as they rise up in the road to meet you. And what's happened here with people who've been part of this organization over the last 10 years, that's been the truth. We've had some people who just like hanging out, living their lives, doing jobs, and other kind of things. But what's fascinating about those people is that when they go home, they're great leaders. They're great leaders to their children, they're great leaders in their family, they're great leaders in the PTA, school board, whatever it is. And there are some people who have gone out and are doing extraordinary things. I've been telling my group, this was the year that we had our first real major success out of our group. It took 10 years. And I told people when I first got here, it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen by the time you graduate from Hostos. It's just not going to happen. It's not realistic. But after 10 years, we had our first student who was here. Samantha Jackson became a diplomat. So she got sworn in. She's going to serve in Indonesia. I went to the swearing-in ceremony. It's a big deal. When I met that young lady, she was 17 years old. She was here. She was the biggest mouth on campus. She wore Malcolm X earring here and a Bob Marley earring here, and was repping Obama that nobody had heard before, this whole thing. And that's who she was. And she went on to go to Columbia for free, to Brown for free, because of her talent and her skill. Eventually, thought she could go to Yale and got bounced and couldn't get into Yale, but went to Howard as a Ragel Scholar, and then eventually walked into this program in DC. And I'll tell you, I was impressed by the building that she's living in for free as a diplomat who's not even working yet, because she has to get training to go to Indonesia, right? They cover everything. It's like a fancy pool, fancy fireplace. That's not where you do it, right? But those are the little perks that come along, right? On Saturday afternoon when you're thinking about all the hard work that you put in. She also worked on the Obama campaign, not only here, but in Delaware and Philadelphia. I mean, these are the things. These open doors, these are opportunities. But it's a great thing. it's something they can aspire to. So when you hear students talk about, you heard Lala talking about me telling stories of the students who came before you. It's all started in the same place. Nobody had any special seeds in them, you know, that made them any better than anybody else. All the opportunities are still there for everyone. And we've had people, it's not only just like the 17-year-old kid who just happened to be here from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Cut it. I'm done.
I'm not done. I gave you a shot.
I will stay here for anybody who needs to talk. Let's wrap this up, Mr. Linville.
Thank you. My old writing teacher. So keep moving forward. Don't let things dissuade you. All the challenges that you face, whether they're here at Hostos, whether they're out in the streets, whether they're out in the real world, wherever it is that it is, don't let them dissuade you from continuing on the journey. That's why we're here. Somehow you got planted in this place over the course of this week to see some of those things. Not in me, but in yourself and the people who are around you. Because at the end of the day, the one thing that I'll tell you that I hope, this is the grandest hope I have, that one day each and every one of you will be leaders in one or another area, and that you will come together and start to solve some of these problems that the real world leaders can't put their hands on or don't care about. So, and I still aspire to that. I still work at that, right? There's a group of guys who come from Togo. They wanted me going over to Togo and fix Togo. I was like, that's a little beyond my scope, but if you start it, I'll help out. So that's my spiel for today. Thank you very much. And we have great workshops tomorrow, and dining etiquette on Thursday, so you can eat spaghetti the correct.
I'll be here. I'll be here. Action love percent.
I'll see you tomorrow.
See you. You know I see you tomorrow, right? No, we don't. Oh, no, we don't.
I want you to come and check tomorrow.
Hey,